Make sure your painting that you did last week is completely dry. Otherwise, this step is going to be very difficult. Alright, now let's go that way and talk about the supplies. You're going to need raw sienna, phthalo blue, cad yellow, alizarin crimson, liquid original, mineral spirits in a jar, some palette paper, a brush. I'm using my filbert brush. I love it. And a rag. Go ahead and squeeze out a little bit of the alizarin crimson onto your palette paper. Don't squeeze out as much as I did. I squeezed out a little bit too much paint. Mix a lot of liquid with a little bit of the alizarin crimson. Make sure to have more liquid than paint. Once you have this on your brush, go ahead and paint the red apple on your canvas. Okay, this is where we are so far. Now we're going to glaze over the left apple. Grab your cad yellow, put it down on your palette paper, and then add liquid. This is the exact same thing we just did with the right apple, and just make sure to add more liquid than paint. Now, let's glaze the other apple. Remember, if your paint goes on too thick, just add liquid. We want to be able to see the underpainting while putting a little bit of color on top. We want transparent layers. Now I'm adding a little bit of yellow in the background where I see it. You may not see yellow, so you may add a different color whenever we start using it. Now it's time to use the raw sienna. So raw sienna, liquid, and apply it to the table surface on the painting. If you make any mistakes, you can always wipe it away with your rag. I just dried my brush on my rag, and now I'm just trying to smooth out the paint and liquid a little bit. So this is where we're currently at. Now it's time to add in some blue. Now it's time for the blue and the liquid and mixing it together. Of course, again, making sure that there is more liquid than paint. Right now I'm focusing on the shadows. Remember to use your rag to wipe away paint. Now I'm just adding a little bit of the blue glaze to the top. Okay, we're at a really good point here. Now, I'm wanting the glazes to look a little bit richer at this point, so I've decided I'm going to go ahead and do that same process all over again. But before I can do that, I have to make sure it's dry. So I left my painting here for a couple of hours and it was dry, so I went ahead and did the process over again. Okay, this is it for this week. I know it was a lot of work, but don't worry. You're going to have smooth sailing from here on out. Okay, so let this dry all this week, and I will see you next time. Bye! Great job! Here are the painting kitties. This is Chi-Chi and Aaron. And Chi-Chi wants to say hello. Now she's saying bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.